Hi there.
There are many stories and films about it.
Hey! Haven't seen you around here before. Did you just move in? Oh, yeah? Word gets around, I guess. Well, if you got a way to get off-world, then maybe you can help. I found out recently that my favorite book series, Dragonstar Force, had a very limited initial run. I really want to collect all the first editions, but it's hard for me to get them shipped all the way out here. I already tracked down Volume 1. Could you go buy it and bring it back here for me? I'll pay you back, of course. Plus, extra for your trouble. You will? Wow, you're the first person to actually...
The United Colony... Department of Labor would like to remind you that working too much overtime is...
Didn't think we had any new miners on account of the positions being full up. Well, that's a little weird. But, as long as Anyway, I'm Layla. When I'm not mining, I'm tinkering with Gnome, our unofficial mascot. I fill that computer brain of his with all sorts of nonsense and announcements. Of course, if you're here to chat, I'm always happy to talk shop. Especially if you're interested in talking about the heart of Mars. Oh, so you're interested in the heart of Mars, are you? Word is there's a cave out in the Martian waste with a gleaming node of the purest titanium ore you've ever seen. It's worth quite a lot of credits, but some say the heart of Mars is cursed. Hundreds have gone in search of it, never to return. And every one of them met a grisly fate. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the first to... That's the spirit. You sure didn't seem like the type to be scared off by tales of cursed rocks. I'll give you the coordinates for the cave. Leaving already?
Another dead rock. Well, at least we can scour the place for materials.
Hope nothing bad happens today.
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons.
I bet you've got to have a sense of humor. What? Hold on. You're telling me you actually found the heart of Mars? It's supposed to be harmless prank we send newbies to go find. It's not supposed to actually exist. The only way this could happen is if... Damn it! If I gave you the wrong cave coordinates. Well, whatever you found, it's still impressive. You showed me up on this one.
This is UC Security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband. And we're done.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Mech construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Archmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure I've got it lying around somewhere. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore. So don't...
A place where people want to live. People are living here just fine. Now,
If you need anything, just follow the sound of falling inventory. You'll find me eventually. May not be the prettiest stock, but you...
I might complain about landing here, but I have to admit, there is a sort of hidden beauty to the Martian landscape.
Keep your eyes peeled for signs of Terramorph activity.
Found a clutch of heat leeches.
Mars isn't for everybody.
Is Mars treating you well?
I wish there were more kids like you around.
These are supposed to be luxurious condominiums? Huh. If you ask me, I find them to be rather underwhelming.
I wish my mom weren't so sad all the time.
Oh, did you find the book, Dragonstar Force Volume 1, The Heroes? Oh, thanks a bunch. Oh, I can't wait to read it again. And then here's some money I promised.
Just can't stay away, huh?
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead. It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't...
So that's the notorious Nova Mora. I have to say, if she's the finest that the Crimson Fleet has to offer, joining them might be a terrible mistake.
Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched for him in the first place. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran.
Pilot of the Ragana. We are a simple transport ship heading... All right. And what are your intentions with these crewmen? Oh, God. I do not know. This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot. All right. Oh, God.
Keep in mind, we're not threatening to board you. We're asking. The distinction is rather important.
Well, normally I would... All right. You can do.
Airlock integrity looks good.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Preparation complete.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice? Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
You took out their jump drive. Enemies jump targets jumping. No, not their enemies target. Their shield system is damaged. They've lost grab jump capability. Enemies moving. Enemies huge attacked them. We've taken down. We've taken targets. Shields are down. Enemy targets. We target enemies shield system is offline. Enemy's shield gone.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you took. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but anyway. You wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna sit. Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can.
Well, we're in. I hope you know what you're doing.
dock at Docking Port 1. The commander will be waiting for you in operations.
All right. that airlock and get aboard.
That was a pleasant change of scenery.
How can I be of service, Captain?
I had a friend on the Regana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Lost a bet to one of the officers. I've got mob duty now on my birthday. It's gonna suck.
United Colony System Defense at your service.
Do you have anything to report? We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
I'll do my part to make certain that doesn't happen, Commander.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet? Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Agreed. The last thing we need is to infiltrate the fleet, only to be kicked out because we've underestimated one of their people.
I don't disagree, but it's important to know your enemy, and the best way to defeat them. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the Key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
We got a wager going over
We don't have a full map
let
of the
you
fleet's
in or
run.
leave you for dead.
Glad to hear it. Let's see what you got.
Unless you're a zombie, I owe the ops team lunch.
Interesting. Looks like he's been meeting up regularly with Neva Mora to transfer goods and cash from Sidonia. Which means the Crimson Fleet's just lost one of their drop points. That should set them back a bit. That it? Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it. Good luck on the key.
Counted for. We're ready to depart.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
What are you hailing for? Land in the key or don't.
And we're locked in. Docking seal released. Nice clean dock, Captain.
Now get out of my face. You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. That's my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something? Never apologize. Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But, all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet. Might look a little beat up on the outside. You think? And that's only part of it. I'll let Delgado fill you in on it, but I can give you the short version while we walk this.
Story time? How delightful.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key, but it's better if I show you too. All right, history time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Cute, huh? Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the Key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you, always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the Lot. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but, we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, Queen of the Rare Exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
If it's
On
hard
the
to
right,
find,
you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rape? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official Reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering. I see the bomb as a symbol of my importance, and it's a constant reminder to everyone of the sacrifice I was willing to make. The freedom I've given up, the pain, it's not something that just anyone has the resolve to bear.
He sees that bomb as a badge of honor. I see it as a
Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety. It's been over 5 years since I've stepped off the key. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while, thanks to advanced modifications even Dujin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us. Yes, about time you shut up and listened. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these. If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired. Oh, and you're welcome, Nev. Where did your Stella ride?
Are you looking to start something? 'Cause I'll finish it.
You can get work from the boards near the Reckoner's Core. Voss will make sure you get paid.
Sharks are too scared to take the key, because it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Yeah?
Smuggling beats a real job any day.
So there I am. You see security on my tail? My grab drive just chokes. The baddest. Ah, see, there's a wonder that got me dusted.
Tell us about your arrest.
We'll have the whole settled systems on the run someday.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only Rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. If dealing with the Ragana was at the limit of your capabilities, then you are already in too deep to quit. And I can promise. All right, let's get... When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long... You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet... Boss. Good. You're getting it already. I like that.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarol for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Crix's legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lot cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Crix. Crix led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it. Before Crix left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Crix's Legacy. And everyone has tried to find it. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a... Crix left a lot of big talk on that recording. And not a lot of facts.
When we get our hands on Crix's Legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. Exactly. Okay, enough discuss. To that end, the next stop is the lock. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there.
I've got bounties in every system. Idiots will never catch me.
interesting leads for you. Check the mission boards.
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any problems.
Need to have Aludra take a look at this kinetic. Recoil off.
I am sick of using the Trade Authority to clean goods. Radley's the real thief on this station.
Let me just ask you one fun.
UC will never crush the fleet. They'd have to catch us first.
So wait, say that again.
Can you believe how much gear is costing us now? We gotta hit some military convoys or something.
Yeah, well, easier said than done. We end up on the wrong side.
I heard Isla's sister is some hardcore mercenary. I wouldn't get on her bad side.
Need something?
We may not have official security on the key, but we're always looking out for traitors.
If you got any spare creds or just need to unload some junk, head to the depot.
Too many missions, not enough time.
We call UCC staff sharks, but to the fleet, they're just
If you want to stay under the radar, I've got just the thing.
Hey, Champ. I'm including this month.
Yeah?
So, tell us about Jasper Cricks's version of the Crimson Scar.
All I can tell you is that under my guidance, the Crimson Scar became more influential than every other syndicate combined. Here I was, 22 years old, and I had power. People that followed
You
my
might find a
orders,
deal or
and
two here.
endless stream
If you can
of
overlook
credit.
the spatters of blood covering all the stolen goods.
Had to tell
Of
you,
course.
I was having the time of my life.
I don't know about you, but
So you'd
I think
consider
the welcome
extortion,
sign
robbery,
really
burglary,
lends itself to the
kidnapping,
alluring
assault,
charm
and
of this star
murder
station.
to be positive
I've got
license.
what you need. For a price. Well, well. Neva's new hotshot. Everyone always does. Hey, if you want to pour credits into my pocket, I carry most of the standard hardware. Occasionally,
Just don't screw me over. Oh, we all have a little advice, Sadiqi. You bleed for the fleet bleeds for... Anyone who says otherwise is either lying or getting ready to stab. Well, most people just glaze over and learn the hard way. Plenty of murder. Done here? Fine by me.
Kinetics, electromags,
Rook.
energy weapon.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gail Dunnigan of SSNN, and this is Galactalk. My guest tonight is one of the most notorious criminals in the settled systems. His ruthlessness and desire for wealth has landed him squarely at the top of the wanted list for every major law enforcement agency in the galaxy. I am, of course, speaking of the self-appointed leader of the Crimson Fleet himself, Jasper Crix. Good evening, Mr. Crix.
Good evening, Gail. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Yes, well, being blindfolded...
Just give the word and we'll get underway.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised that your request for an interview would come with some very specific conditions.
Frankly, I was a bit surprised to receive any type of response at all. Would you mind telling me why you decided to do this interview?
Because there comes a time in every pirate's life where they have to make an extremely important decision. Do they take a leap and become one of the most legendary pirates in history? Or do they simply sputter on, subsisting on freighters and deep space privateers?
So are we to assume that you're taking the leap? That Jasper Crix is moving on to bigger and better things in his life?
That's spot on, Gail. That's exactly why you're here.
Interesting. Well then, would you mind sharing with us exactly what your particular leap entails?
In due time. There's no rush. In fact, I'd say we have at least 12 hours before the authorities trace this broadcast. Plenty of time to discuss whatever you like.
Oh, all right then. Perhaps the best place to start this interview would be at the beginning of your career.
Please, proceed.
free and clear for flight. Gear looks green, ready to land.
I'll keep an eye out for hostile life forms.
Greetings, Captain.
About time you got here.
I told you you were wasting your time, Del.
Yeah? We will see. And Mathis, I am running things around here, so keep your mouth shut. You got that?
Fine.
All right. Listen up, because I am only going to go through this once. We are here to dig up any info about Grix's legacy. We are not here to scrap for loot. Whatever you pick up, don't think, don't get creative, bring it straight to me. It's so simple, even a rook like...
Hold on, no scrapping. How the hell am I supposed to...
All right, that's enough. If either of you want to fly with the Crimson Fleet, then you need to follow one simple rule. When you're on a job, you do exactly what I say. No questions asked. If that doesn't work for you, just say so, and I will leave you on this ice ball without a ship. You will be dead within hours.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's one more thing. Your little friend can tag along until we get to the outer doors of the prison, but I will be damned if I'm letting them inside.
Very nice. I'll just remain here and soak in the planet's lovely winter-like atmosphere until I go hypothermic.
We have a lot of ground to cover between the landing area and the lock, so let's get moving.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you. So, I've given everything we've discussed a lot of thought. I remember Aja mentioning she presided over a Besides, the thought that Aja would... I knew you'd understand. So, with that settled, I suppose... I don't think we're alone. So, I've given... I knew you'd understand. So... If anyone else had suggested that, I'd say no. I'll send her an invite and we'll... Anyone else? Or will the three of us with Aja preside? Oh, that's sweet of you to suggest, but... I think bringing Sona... All right, it's... I'll send a message to Aja, asking for her to preside over the ceremony. I can't tell you.
Here we are. The place where Jasper Griggs laid the groundwork.
Oh, grow a spine.
There is a huge difference between being a coward. All right, let's keep moving. Standing out here. This ID card cost a small fortune. Let's hope it pays off. We are in. Let's go. First time I have been inside this part of the lock, so keep your eyes open. See anything unusual? Pull it out. If it's hostile, take it down.
How many people did the UC stick down here, Dal?
A couple of hundred at least. Might not look like much, but it was better than trying to survive on the surface.
Not much better. Even with the heating on, this place looks like a goddamn dump.
Now you know why the prisoners got fed up and looked at Griggs to get them out of here.
And that's how the Crimson Fleet began. Yeah, we've all heard the story.
It's not a story, Mathis. It's history. Remember that. Now, keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. This must be where they registered the prisoners before transferring them to a cell block. Could you imagine being stuck under a ton of ice like this for the rest of your life?
Yeah, sure. Must have been awful. Better them than us, though, am I right?
Wait, shut up a second. Did you hear that?
Whoa, something's out there.
Must be a nest. I bet
Yeah, and their buddies probably heard us firing from about... If we weren't on this job with Delgado, I'd drop you for saying that.
Enough already! I should have known better than to bring both. Now let's see. Looks like we are inside some sort of prisoner transfer area. Since you are such good friends, why don't you and Mathis head up to the...
Ice and rock must be several meters thick. God damn it, we're cut off! Hey, Del, can you hear me? Del! Shit. There's no way we're getting through here. Well, this is just great. The hell? The plan? Let's face it, we're on... You think he rigged that collapse on? I get that we're down here trying to prove ourselves. But I don't think that... Why? Because that's what is loyal... The hell with that. We used this opportunity to take out Delgado, and at the same time, make some... Oh, come on. We're just a couple of rooks. When are we ever gonna... Let's pretend for a second Delgado's correct. And there... Once we get rid of him, we'll dig up the garbage ourselves. Oh, fun. You know, for a second there, I was... Now, let's find a way out. I guess that's one way through.
Okay, Zouch. What the hell was so important that you had to drag me all the way out of A Block at this hour?
You know Jasper Crick's over in D Block? He's busting out of here, and he wants me to join him.
Cricks really thinks he can bust out of the lock? Why the hell am I just hearing about it now?
Crick's only told the few people he trusts. He even told us to keep it to ourselves, or he'll cut our throats.
Then why the hell are you telling me?
Come on, I gotta explain this. It's because I like you, Rickard. And I want you to come with me. We've been meeting in the storeroom for months to... well, you know. I was hoping we had something a little more than that.
Damn, Zouch. I, didn't know you cared that much. You give me the signal and I'll... Oh, shit. Wait, I forgot to turn off the recording.
If we get out of here,
Recording?
remind me to
What the
thank
hell,
you
Rickard?
for hanging us out to
We
dry.
never meet down here this late. I thought you were gonna kill me, alright?
Kill you?
Come on.
God, no.
These doors open.
I love you. Alright? You gotta make me say it. Shit.
Anyone still alive up there?
Sorry, baby.
Can either of you hear me?
Let me turn this thing off and I'll apologize. Okay?
Is anyone up there? Use the intercom up there. The two of you made it, huh? Well, brush the dust off. We have obviously been cut off, so I need you to do two things. First, I want you to keep looking for a way to open the rest of the doors down here. Otherwise, and second, try and dig up whatever you can about Jasper Cricks. You both got that? Huh. I like your attitude, Rook. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on you. And tell Mathis not to get any bright ideas, or I will gut him myself.
this goddamn place.
Attention. Lockdown mode has been rescinded. Things are crawling right behind the walls. Ugh.
A 100 years old, eh? It's amazing this entire place hasn't collapsed by now. Out on a fight. So, have you changed your mind yet? Yeah, right. You saw it back there. Those things, whatever they were, they've probably ripped him to shreds. And if they haven't, we can still handle the job. We just have to get our hands a little dirty. Wouldn't be the first time, am I right? What? What is it? Of all the people to get trapped here with, why the hell did I? Fine, have it your way. So, now that we've made it to the guard tower... Keep doing what we've been doing. Right. I suppose we should start off by searching the tower for the location of Crixus. If he stashed any useful information... Cell D03118. Okay. It's a place to start, I guess.
rotating codes on all the terminals in the lock, so we'll have to coordinate this carefully. For now, we'll continue using his locker in the showers area as a drop point for the code to the utility closet. By this time next month, I should be out of this dump and uploading those creds into my account.
Delgado was right. Crix must have hit the Galbank transport and stashed away the money or some... We play this right. We're gonna be finished. You hear that?
I got him! Over here!
utility room is 48611107.
Was this an armory? Looks like they cleared this place out. Well, well, what do we have here? Give me a sec. This ought to come in handy. All right, let's... Keep moving. I would hate to have been one of the guards. Here I thought we were going to be doing something. Rob a bank or something. Like this was the warden's office. They built the office right next to the shuttle bay for quick escapes, I bet. Smart.
Que carajo, I hope you found something because I am getting sick and tired of this place. Said I was out of my mind, but something...
Yup, that's right. It was a team effort all the way.
Is that Mathis? Tell him to shut up so I can think.
Yeah, sorry, Del.
Okay. I'm looking at schematics for the lock, and I don't think there's a way to get you back to the surface from... But I can open the outer doors to the shuttle bay and let you fly one of the shuttles down. Yeah, sure, and I wish gold coin... Now, if wishing time is over, maybe you'd be kind enough to stop run... Okay, let me see. Shuttle bay activated. Initiate. Yup, that's got it. Might take a while, though. You have done a hell of a job, Rook.
Hey, look, what? Cool. Look, about all that killing Delgado stuff, why don't we just forget about everything that I said? You know, like it never happened. Yeah, of course, don't worry, I'm good for it. Now, let's get the heck out of here.
While we're here, perhaps we should remain silent about my background with the United Colonies. So, what's new with you today? Take care of yourself.
Rook.
There you are. The hell took you so long?
It's about time. I was about to fly down and loot your bodies.
Not now, neighbor. Well, you said you found something. Hand it over. That's it? Just one slate? After losing so much of our crew, well, I'll be damned. Legacy wasn't referring to Crix's fortune. It's the name of an actual ship. A Galbank transport, probably loaded with credits.
Never heard any stories about a Gal Bank ship going down.
No, neighbor. Think. If Galbank covered it up, and over time... Okay, this changes things. Now that we know what we are looking for, we have to narrow the search. I'm sure he did not have a choice. People would... Let us start with what we know. It was a Galbank ship, which means they come... Neighbor, weren't you working on a deal with Rokov? Something about a big-wig charity event on...
Are you serious? I've been working on that gig for...
Ay, Dios mío. Will you shut up about your school? That Starliner has a Galbank VIP suite aboard.
Which means a Gal Bank exec will be aboard. Holy shit, that might actually work.
Pack your bags, Rook. You're going on. And since you've earned it, take this gun with you. Might come in handy when... Good. Because Neva and I are too well known to walk around the Starliner without being recognized. I need you to board that ship. Make con... You'd better. Oh, before you leave, I wanted you to know that I took what you said. We'll see. That's it then. Next stop for you is... And remember, Rokov does not need to know anything about...
Hey, Rook. Before you head out, I need to have a word with you. Meet me at the last Nova after you wrap things up with Mathis.
Shouldn't you be packing for your trip?
A lot of us in the fleet came out of the mud.
If you need credits, hit up the mission board. Some people...
Hey, I wanted to thank you one last time for not ratting me out to do. If you would have found out what I was planning, well, I don't even... Oh yeah, sure. Anything you need, you just...
We're going to hold you to that promise, Mathis.
You just, you know...
Stealing from you all these tolerated.
The fleet's the only family you need.
Why?
There you are. All right, look. I've been lining up a score with that asshole Rokov on the Siren of the Stars for months. I'm not about to let a payday slip through my fingers. So guess what? You're gonna finish the job for me. I'm about to tell you, so shut up. Rokov's been tipping me off about some kind of bullshit charity event at the Siren. At the event, they're gonna give away something called... So it's simple. While you're on the Siren, swiping those gal... And I'd prefer to have the money that award's worth in my account. Look, you can make all the jokes and excuses you want. But if you don't come back with the ES, either way, I get my money. How much?
Unless you plan to walk away empty-handed, she really isn't giving us a choice.
All Rokoff does is feed me information. If I ask him to lift a finger, if you want my advice, leave him completely out. Then it's settled. All right, Rook, we're done here. Because that's exactly what you are. Oh, beneath all of that inexperience, I'm sure. So get used to hearing that word. Until you earn... We'll talk later.
Important or not, I'm ready to listen. I thought you'd never ask. Here. Don't stay away too long.
I used to work for a Megacorp. Wore a monkey suit and everything.
I know it's difficult to resist, but try not to pick any fights while we're here.
Need something?
So there I am. Security on my tail, and my grav drive just chokes. And you know what I find back there?
If it's hard to find, I've probably got it.
Are you looking to start something?
Weapons, ammo.
'Cause I'll finish.
Just gotten a new... Done here? Fine by me.
Always listen to Delgado. Unless you want to get killed.
release with... Free to fly. Grav drive spinning down. Systems green. Lacking love.
Once we get rid of all the pirates, the galaxy will be a better place.
Sometimes we'll take the long-range fighters out for grav jump.
What can I do for you? Good. The more you find, the stronger our case. It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor... Any other fragments? Yeah, you're right. But there's no way this was a solo job. Shifting all those parts takes... I'll send this to Mast so they can shake the tree a bit. Find anything else? So, Mr. Yasso is actually Leonel Soto. We thought Soto was dead. I'll have the records updated, but seeing as Mr. Yasso has surrounded them... Have any more? So Voss engineered a way to directly interface with the Key's mainframe? I knew he was a math genius, but didn't realize he was so Well, we'll share this information with Galbank. Anything else? All right. Keep up the good work. Let me know if you need anything else.
You're back.
Then things are moving forward. Perfect.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her. Did you discover anything worth reporting yet? Legacy. Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado...
Excuse me, Commander. Did you... Please tell me you aren't seriously going to give that any credence.
I'm holding tangible confirmation of the word legacy attached to Crix's name.
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up... We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause. Well, we can solve that little mystery in about 10 seconds. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a GalBank transport named the Legacy in the database. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because GalBank is hiding something. Delgado's no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information, then he must be on to something. We have to take this seriously. What's your next move? Clever, Delgado. Very clever. If I were in your... We can't let Delgado get his hands on what could potentially turn out to be the largest haul of credits the Crimson Fleet's ever seen.
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir. I could press the GalBank execs for information. Get ahead of everything.
No. Let's allow this to run its course. We have our agent here feeding us information. There's more to this than just finding the location of the transport. Jasper Crix was clever. It's imperative. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous. I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. And for God's sake, don't... You're both dismissed.
Hell of a city, isn't it? There's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every... And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship. Okay, no problem. I'm sure you can find something you like. Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
I have something for you when you've got a sec.
Docking cycle complete.
About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there... So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson. Oh, I see. We're playing. Well, you might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship.
Like him or not, he's the Siren's captain, so his assistance is going to be invaluable.
Well, it appears I don't want money. I want back into... That's a disturbing way to put it. But I suppose that Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Tehran Preservation Society charity. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala.
Oh god. I'd rather hunt down Varun's zealots than mingle with those egotistical frauds.
Someone with enough disposable income to afford a permanent... Consider it similar to owning a luxury mobile vacation home. Plaything for the wealthy, you get the gist. Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starview Ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski. He's a VIP executive, which means he either worked really hard, or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up to court. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starlight, meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship. So, anyway, I suppose that's an... Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
These newer vessels more or less run autonomously. Which
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting...
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouges.
I certainly
business?
hope they decide to hold
Pleasure.
all future Society events aboard the Starliner.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Quite a lovely Starliner.
The Society chair has really outdone herself this time.
A Starview pass is required to enter the main ballroom.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
So, what brings you aboard?
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I
view
need to get
is
back to my
absolute.
duties.
Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. Haven't we already talked about this? Enjoy the rest of the event.
Quite a
The
lovely
Society
Starliner.
chair...
Nothing but the best
His
for the
behavior
Society,
towards
eh?
women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Well, that was boring.
Here for business? Yes, he's some kind of top dog over at Galbank. I heard you replaced... That's all then? Okay.
Hello. Are you? I don't know why Larry's attending this event. He could... Nice to have met you.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society
An open
events
bar
aboard
would have
the
been nice.
Starliner.
Let's put it this way. He screwed over so many people, if he suddenly disappeared... Don't forget to donate to the cause.
So, he's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
With all the worthy causes and the settled systems, you'd think people wouldn't waste money on these pretentious luxuries.
Sorry, do I know you? Look, I think you're definitely confused. I really don't have time to have a discussion with you. My partner's waiting for me. His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how... What's it gonna take to make us both happy? If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? That's true. You have come this far already. You know more about me than I suspected. Can't have that. Alright, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
If you're angry at anybody, it should be yourself for getting mixed up in this ridiculous scheme in the first place.
Judge me all you want, lady. At this point, if I'm going down, then all I'm focused on is dragging Larry down with me. I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming GalBank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each... I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention mine. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
For the safety of everyone aboard, please be...
Can you believe the size of this cabin? It's large enough to accommodate a family of 12. God, what a ridiculous waste of space.
Don't forget to keep your starting pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the vault.
So, what brings you aboard?
Hello. You here for the...
Well, I work for UC Security, meaning that business... I'm afraid I can't really help you. If you're looking for a business opportunity... Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe whatever you think you know about me. You're dead.
You're a liar and an absolute disgrace to the United Colonies.
Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe? Get the hell away from me before I have you arrested.
I certainly hope it.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times.
Society chair has really
Hello.
outdone herself.
You here for the... Dombrowski, he's the exec holding... Yeah, sorry, I work for UC Security. Claudia sent you, did you? Look, friend, I don't know. Whatever you think you know about...
You're a liar.
Don't test me. You have no idea how... Not only can I make you disappear, I can also... Worried? Why should I be worried? Anything you try to report will boil... And since I work for UC...
Hey there. Glad to see you again.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee... Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passing. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the lives. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system. This is one of Trident's premier starliners, including a triple redundancy life support system. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency in everyone.
Whatever it takes. He's talking about tampering with the only system keeping everyone on this ship alive.
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here. Don't you have somewhere to be?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Hold up. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocco. Sorry to give you trouble. Oh, sorry, that... Oh, really? Tell you what. I'm just going to step out for... Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm... Whatever you do, don't break anything, or I'll be out of a job.
There's some heavy security protecting this area, but judging from the fact that this is the life support control, it certainly makes sense. It appears that we've definitely ruined the party. Everyone's gone.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games. You're working for Ikande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over evidence?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
I don't know where you got that information from,
Has declared
but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having getting my cut from that asshole. That means my money's already gone. I'd love to see the bastard fly, but if I give you that information... At least I walk away with something. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be... Just remember that you promised to leave me out. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
Well, well. Yuma, I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears... Excellent, excellent. So, first, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are just... Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me...
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant, in blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me. I assume that's what you've been
Oh, do get on with this. There's only so long I can stand being in the presence of this pig.
Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction. It's the only thing of significance. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly root.
If you need something, I've got your back.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your...
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt that Saldin owed me. But hey, you got the job done. I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how... You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials. So he told you to keep it. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like that. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping you from rejoining the fleet now. I owe you one, Silver Beach. Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that. Well, I suppose this is where we part company.
If you want help, I'm here.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm. All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
I need to pack up and get out of here.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course. Hey there. Glad to see you again. It was really good talking to you.
Hello. Welcome to the... the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please? Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. Shh, they'll hear us. Look, Ecliptic busted in here and said something about letting you walk into the archives, and then they're gonna jump you. I'm supposed to let you in, and then get the heck out of here. They said if I didn't do exactly what they said, they'd kill me. Just be careful.
Good to be back on board.
Next time you see Bog, tell him to lighten up. Guy's got a real attitude.
Your buddy Rokov is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on. Yeah? That'd be a first.
All right, neighbor, Well, since you're vouching for Rokov, I guess we can give him an... All right. Now that is out of the way, Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Gal... Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock. Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And... I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
EM-class? Impossible. There isn't a ship in operation that can navigate that type of interference.
Yeah, sure. We'll just wrap your ship in a ton of copper and launch you right in there. That ought to do the trick, right?
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Creeks hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
That's the spirit, Rook. That is the essence of it. Neva, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track...
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra... But, before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that we grabbed that little beauty.
All right, here is the plan, Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that ComSpike. I don't care if it's... In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the ComSpike with Jazz, and I promise.
All right, that is enough. We are in arm's reach of Creeks' legacy, and I don't have... Now, both of you, get the hell...
All right.
Important or not, I'm ready to listen.
Those crabs ain't gonna steal themselves. Better get a move on before Dale sees you slacking.
You wanna kick back? Avoid the last Nova. Bog's in the funk. That'd kill anyone.
Here to upgrade
All
that
right,
ship of yours?
let's get right to it. Did you get the...
Oof, you've got so much to learn.
You had one simple task. Well, congratulations. Not only did you miss out, that's how things work around here. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do, so let's get to it.
Ship services? You need it, I've got it.
again for contraband.
I will never get tired of that. Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
The fleet call us sharks.
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume? Yes, and I heard there was...
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. You're taking care of that mess, by the way.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied... Let me see what you got. So the Legacy went down at Bannock 4.
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the... It sounds like you admire them. I think his gospel's gone straight to your head. Maybe we made a mistake choosing you for this assignment.
That's enough, Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the Legacy's... They have information about the Comspike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that.
No, you shouldn't be. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on.
There must be an information leak somewhere. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the Comspike. Lieutenant Toft and I... I don't see the point. The Crimson Fleet apparently has a pipeline of info. Any attempt to move the Comspike would be a waste of time. My superiors are stubborn. They aren't going to authorize an attack on the... We need more evidence that all the Crimson Fleet's plans will result in them actually getting their hands on... Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see.
This mission, the commander appreciates the sacrifice you've made. Going under. Well done. Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement. It makes me sick. Ah, it's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw it. Have any more? Understood. Keep search.
Pretty much. It got so bad I had to dust off.
We'll be here if you need us.